Hi everyone, I'm FMGreeno. Welcome along to episode 27 of the Greeno tour. We have just moved to our third club. We've left Budapest homebed, and this is the first episode where we are managing Luton Town. One of the first things I've tried to do here at Luton is to improve the staff. And I think I've done a pretty good job of it in the first week or two. So as you can see here, we've pretty much filled out all of the coaching staff. We could probably do with getting the board to give us one or two extra, just to ease the workload a little bit. As things stand, we've got a decent goalkeeping coach in, putting us in about the top 6 in the championship. And the rest of the coaches are great. So we're in the top sort of 2 or 3 for most areas. Can't really complain at that. Recruitment-wise, not too bad either. We got the 3rd best scouting team in the championship now, apparently. Decent data analysis. And the physios and sports scientist, top half anyway. That optimism doesn't necessarily go all the way through to the playing squad, however. I think there's a decent basis of a team here. I think the spine of it's not too bad. I think Lockyer and Bradley are okay. A little bit getting on a bit, perhaps, but solid enough for this level. Morel is decent. Berry is decent. Collins up top is decent, although I don't really see him as a lone striker. He's 33. He's not the most mobile. So we're having to set up with this system, trying to get him to get on the ball and involve these wider players as inside forwards into the game. It's a system I don't mind playing, but I'd just rather have someone a bit more mobile up top, to be honest. I think there are probably 4 or 5 first-team players we need in the summer to be a competitive championship team. I wonder if we're going to be able to get them or not. Since coming into the club, we've played 2 league games. Lost both of them, unfortunately. Nottingham Forest at home. We only lost 1-0, though, and they were 2nd in the league. So I was pretty encouraged by our performance in that game. Bristol City, we lost 2-0 there. We started out with quite a defensive formation. And then I changed it up to the one you just saw, the 4-2-3-1, and that seemed to work a little bit better against them. Unfortunately, we went down to 10 men with half an hour left, so there was no real chance for us to impact the game that much and come back into it, but we didn't do too bad. So that 4-2-3-1 I just mentioned is the formation we're going to use today. We're away at Birmingham, who are a mid-table side. I think this is going to serve us quite well. It's similar to the formation that I used with Hungary some of the time, and with Newcastle in my beta save. Obviously the players aren't quite of the same quality, but hopefully they'll do a job. Mahoney comes in today. He's been injured since I took over at the club, so I'm interested to see how he's going to do here. Mpanzu, obviously it would be a starter, but he's suspended after that sending off in the last game. This means that Glass comes into the advanced playmaker role, and Berry, who I would normally want to play up there, has to drop into that ball-winning midfield role that Mpanzu would normally play. We're not going to get too deeply into the team because this is probably the only time you're going to see some of these players. I'm going to ship some of them out after the end of the season, so we'll just get straight into the game. So it's the last game of the season. We get the kickoff here at St Andrews. Hopefully we can make a decent fist of getting a result out of this game. Like I say, we were relatively competitive to where I expected us to be anyway against 2 decent sides. This is going to be more of an indication of where we're really at against teams that I think we're going to need to compete against next season. So far, fairly even, not a lot happening in the game. Yeah, like I said, I think there are probably 4 or 5 out of this team that might not be featuring next season. We've had interest actually in a couple of them already from MLS teams. So maybe 1 or 2 will ship out over there. Depends if we need to free up funds and if we can get decent enough replacements in, I guess. The budget is going to be a little bit tight, I think. So finding the right quality is going to be tricky. But maybe there'll be some good youngsters released from Premier League clubs who can come in and do a job for us. Maybe a few older heads kicking around out of contract. That's the sort of market I think we're going to be looking at, really. So we're 25 minutes in. What's happened there? Looked like a foul, but nothing given. Here come Birmingham, though. That's a good effort, and Pears stands strong in goal. Fairly simple save. And not the most exciting game so far. 30 minutes in. Again, very few chances, few highlights. Mahoney is struggling a little bit for fitness already. I did kind of expect that with him having been out for a number of weeks before this game. So we might need to think about changing him in the second half at some point. But can we mount an attack here? Mahoney back to Berry, up to Glass. Berry into Morel. Knocking the ball around, nice little triangles in midfield. Here comes Bree, the right back. Glass has given it away though. And a very, very direct counter-attack comes, and they have scored. Rob Heckman scores for Birmingham. Disappointing. That was a very, very quick and direct counter-attack, wasn't it? One pass there. Look, Heckman beats the defender for pace. Steps across him so he can't get a tackle in, and finishes it very, very tidily. So we might need to push on a little bit more in the second half. We do have an opportunity here, though. A throw-in. Kennedy gets tackled, but Morel wins the ball. Here's Mahoney. Tries a shot, but it's blocked. Decent build-up play, though. We have a throw-in here on the right-hand side. Here's Berry. You can have a shot. No, gets it out to Bree. Can he get a crossover? He can, into Morel. That's blocked. Glass to Divine. Can he get a crossover? No, he can't. He's tackled. So we're getting the ball into the right areas, just not really doing enough with it, unfortunately. We're coming up towards half-time. Looks like we're going to go in a goal down, but that's not too bad, all things considered. Brought a fairly decent contingent of fans over in that far corner. XG doesn't look very good, does it? We've only had one opportunity in the first half altogether, so I think we're going to tell them to make up for it in the second half. Play better. Come on, we got faith in you. Get on with it. A lot more to come from you. I haven't been here long enough to have much of an impact on the team talks yet. Need to build up their confidence in me a little bit more. So the second half is underway. Hopefully we can show a little bit more going forwards. We might jiggle things around tactically a little bit, just to try and get on the front foot a little bit more. I'm pretty optimistic about how this is going to go. I'm not expecting us to be challenging for the championship next season or anything daft like that. But I think there's a decent chance we're not going to be scrapping down the bottom end of the relegation places. If we can finish kind of mid-table, I think that's going to be good enough for the first year and try and build on that. Obviously, there's going to be 3 decent teams coming down from the Premier League. Oh, Collins, man. How did you miss that? Yeah, so there's going to be 3 teams coming down with big budgets. So they're going to be difficult. I noticed West Ham and Blackburn have already been relegated. So they're going to be a little bit tricky to deal with, I guess. And of course, the Championship is always a competitive league. But yeah, a few decent additions. Flesh out the squad a little bit. Maybe shift some of the transfer budget over into wages to help out there. And I think we can build something half decent. Oh, good effort there by Hansen. So we're going to demand a bit more here. We'll give it another 5 minutes or so, and then we might make a couple of changes to try and impact the game a little bit more as an aggressive force rather than just a passive defensive one, which we seem to be at the moment. Heckman, good effort there by him. Over the bar, though. So yeah, so I'm going to go away and make those couple of changes. I'll be back in a moment. So we've made a couple of changes. I've taken off Collins up front, pushed Glass up there. Just to give us something a little bit different. Well, that's really helped, doesn't it? As soon as I make the changes, the goalie puts a duff goal kick out, and we're 2 down. Look at this. Hopeless. Absolutely hopeless. Oh dear, well, I don't think you can put that down to the changes I've made. Let's demand more. That's unfortunate. As you can see in the stats here, those changes I've made have put us on the front foot a little bit more, but clearly not enough. Let's see if we can build something here, though. Yeah, so I took Mahoney off on the right-hand side because he was blowing a bit, and Collins up front because he wasn't really playing that well. Here's Hanlon, one of the subs, and that's a penalty, surely. Good work. So who's going to take this? Let's see. It is Jones, one of the lads who's just come on, and he has scored. Good lad. James Jones, that's his first goal of the season. Not a regular player, not a regular penalty taker either by the looks of it, but he tucked that one away nicely enough. Keeper nowhere near it. Okay, so that's the first goal we've scored as Luton manager. Obviously, both the games we played before, we ended up goalless, so happy with that. Be nice to get one from open play at some point, but you know, you can't have everything, can you? Maybe this will be the opportunity here. No, it doesn't look like it unless we can get a challenge in here. Lockyer gets up, wins the ball. There's Bree down the right-hand side. Into Jones, the goal scorer. Morel in acres of space. Finds Bree on the right. Here's Berry. Jones. Oh, what a hit. And that's 2 apiece. An inspired substitution. This is a guy I wouldn't put anywhere near the first team normally. I think he's like 2 or 2.5 star ability. He's not great, but if he can hit it like that, maybe I have to rethink my assessment of him. Morel is very, very tired in midfield, but I don't really want to take him off. It's the last game of the season anyway, so if he gives his all and comes off knackered, he's got plenty of time to recover. So it'd be nice to get a point on the board. Get our first point as manager, or can we get another? Well, maybe get 3, who knows? No, that's headed clear. Uh-oh, this looks dangerous. Heckman. Get a challenge in. Well done, keeper. Good save. So we've been a much better team in this second half. Certainly since those substitutions anyway. Here's a late opportunity. No, not a great free kick that. Overhit somewhat. But we win the ball from the goalkeeper's kick and give it straight away again. Goodness me, that was a poor pass. And Birmingham flooding forward here, but that's a good challenge and we've given it away again. Come on. Oh dear, and again. Try passing to someone in an orange shirt, will you? Good block. Kennedy, where you going? Oh no, he's giving it away. Great save. Wow. In the space of one highlight, I think we gave the ball away about 4 or 5 times there, didn't we? Okay. Throw in here, Berry, but he's lost it. Here's Heckman. He's been causing us problems all afternoon. Good job he didn't square it, because I think that would have been a certain goal if he had. And so we're coming up to the last knockings of the game. We do have a corner here. Can we do anything with it? Divine to take. Headed clear. Here's Kennedy on the edge of the box. Gets it back out to Divine again. Bradley. Don't lose the ball there. Good boy. Oh. Jeez. Okay, we need to work on how to retain possession by the looks of it. Unbelievable. Okay. 3-2 down with a minute to go. To be honest, I really ought to have thought if we were going to pick up a point, come off of positive, maybe drop back a little deeper. But there we are. What's done is done. So we're going into 5 minutes of stoppage time. Pretty sure we're not going to get back into this now, but you never know. We do have an opportunity here. Kennedy, is he going to keep the ball? He is. Briefly, before giving it away, obviously. Morel. That's not a great ball, but Bree will pick that up. Here's Jones, the goal scorer. Oh, he's hit the post from there, has he? Looked like it. And here comes Heckman. Good challenge by Lockyer. A bit of a risky one, being on a yellow card, but I suppose with only a minute left of the game, it didn't really matter. Oh, what is the keeper doing? His distribution is horrible. He's one of the players I thought might be all right for next season, but again, I'm starting to revise that opinion too. If you can't learn how to distribute the ball a bit better over the summer, Well, that was close to going in, that, wasn't it? It didn't hit the post. I think the keeper saved that. Well, well. Okay. One last highlight. I imagine this is going to be an end of game one. Unless we can get the ball in really quickly here. Was that a penalty? Dodgy old challenge, but there we are. Unfortunately, we finished the last game of the season with a 3-2 defeat. As you can see, that result means that we finished the season in 17th place, which is okay. The media prediction was 20th. Obviously, we were 14th when we came in, but we've had a fairly tough run of fixtures, lost all three. Lots of work for us to do over the summer. And that's when we're going to come back, of course. We're going to play through the summer, make some transfers, play through the friendlies, try and find a tactic that actually works for us, and come back for the first game of next season. I don't think there's any point showing you the end of season review stuff because we've only been here for 3 games, so not particularly relevant. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. It was an entertaining game, even though we came out on the wrong end of it. If you have enjoyed it, please drop a like on there for me. And if you've got any comments about the move we've made, anything you can spot in amongst the players we've got, or the tactic we've got set up, I'd love to see that in the comments below. And of course, if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, please come and join us. Come and hop on the Greenobus. There is plenty of room for you all. It just remains for me to thank you for watching, and we'll see you at the beginning of next season here at Luton. Bye for now.